It's our favorite week of the year. It only happens twice a year. Second date update week. And every now and then, we'll do a second date update where we get a little more interest than usual from people who are like, oh, you got to follow up with that couple. Oh, I got to hear what happened there. Did they go out again? Did they break up? Did they never speak? That's what second date update week is all about. And this goes back to, late January. Maggie is looking for a second date update with a guy named John. Hey, Maggie, how are you?
Hi. It's so good to talk to you again.
Again, have you been on our show before?
I played the 1K letter of the day a few months ago.
Oh, what letter did you get?
I got the letter Y, and I only got 3.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a hard letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quit trying to play after that. I felt like a loser.
Oh, don't. You're surrounded by a lot of other losers with that game. Don't feel bad.
But take us to the beginning. Tell us how you met John and how that first date went, and we'll go from there. Hopefully have a better outcome.
So I met him the first time at a bar, like at 9:45 at night, and the bar was going to close at 10. So we really didn't have a lot of time to talk, but we exchanged numbers. We talked on the phone, we went back and forth for a couple of weeks, and then we finally got to dinner. And honestly, I thought it was the best time ever. He's an amazing storyteller. He told me so many funny things about his life. He's just kind of crazy and spontaneous, like the kind of guy who before COVID, obviously, would just at the last minute get on a plane and go to France. And he did all kinds of stuff like that. I mean,
cool.
I would love to live like that. It would be so much fun.
For sure.
Yeah. I miss having that kind of freedom.
Right?
To just go and do that.
And for me especially, I've lived a way too sheltered life compared to him and pretty much everyone else. So I'm just ready for more adventure. And I don't know, I guess I'm hoping he isn't thinking that I'm too boring for him and that's why he hasn't called. I'd want him to know that I'm up for it. Other than that, I can't think of anything that could have happened. I mean, he did come over and stay the night, and all of that was good. And he left the next morning happy, and he said he'd call me later, and then he just disappeared.
And what goes through your mind at this point? Are you forming theories, or are you really just sort of at a loss?
Really just lost. I mean, I'm just hoping you guys can help me figure this out.
Anything like this ever happened to you before?
No.
Where, you meet a guy, you think you got chemistry, and then you hook up. You find out later it's just a one-night stand. I'm not implying that's what happened here. I'm just curious if...
No, and I'm not really that kind of person.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell you what, why don't we take a break here, and when we come back, we'll call John and see what he's willing to put out there, what he thought of Maggie and his night with her as we continue. Second date update. Next, Jeff and Jenn, Cincinnati's Q102. All right, Maggie met John at a bar, kind of the old-fashioned way. Don't you miss those days, Jenn?
Yeah, just picking up people in bars. Yeah.
Of course, the updated version is that it was at 9:45, which at the time was last call because of curfew.
Right.
So
what are you going to do? It doesn't give you much time to figure things out.
Just enough time, though, to exchange phone numbers. So they talked for a couple of weeks before finally making plans to go to dinner. And I wrote this direct quote down. Maggie said it was the best time ever. I mean,
pretty good.
Yeah. She likes John because he's a very interesting guy, a great storyteller. He's very spontaneous, and he ended up spending the night at her place.
Why not?
She said that was good, and he seemed to leave her place in a very good mood. And I didn't even think to ask, well, you might have already said, did you say there was a hug or a kiss or anything exchanged, or, hey, we'll do this again sometime, anything like that?
He said he would call me soon, and, we hugged, and...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so confused.
Yeah, okay. So that's where we are. And so now we're going to try to call John, because that was how long ago, Maggie?
Oh, it's been weeks.
Oh, weeks.
Okay.
Is that because you waited that long to call us, or are we just that far behind?
Maybe a little bit of both.
All right, we're going to go ahead and call John. Hi, is this John?
Yes.
John, it's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How you doing this morning?
Jeff and Jenn in Cincinnati. Hello.
Hi, where are you? You sound far away.
Yeah, actually, I am.
Well, where are you?
I am in Belize.
Belize?
Belize.
No kidding.
That sounds exotic and fun.
Part of the Commonwealth.
I've been there before. It's amazing. Totally beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Well, John, we don't want to take up too much of your time while you're on vacation, but do you have any idea why we might be calling you?
Well, I hope I'm not breaking any hearts here, but I'm guessing this is a second date update call.
It is a second.
You are correct.
Call. Yes.
Yeah, I figured. So yeah, I'm in Belize. I actually came here last Christmas, like 2019 Christmas.
Okay.
And while I was here, I met a woman, and she's amazing and beautiful and incredible. And at the time, she was engaged to this other guy. But we definitely had the spark between us. I mean, we didn't act on it or anything, but there was definitely a connection that was huge. But, I came back home, but I still thought about her from time to time and always wondered, what would have happened.
This is so
If the
sweet.
timing would have been different.
Oh,
Yeah. So, anyway, a couple weeks ago, I went on a date with Maggie.
Right.
The next day, I got this Facebook message from this woman in Belize, and she had broken it off with her fiance and was still thinking about me. So I hopped on a plane, and here I am. I'm in Belize, and I mean, this is it. I'm done. I'm off the market. I've been in Belize for, almost 2 weeks. I'm going to stay here as long as I can. And then, my job's going to make me go back to the office eventually, and she's going to come back to the States with me.
This is that adventure part of him
Yeah.
where he
Yeah,
just
no kidding.
decided to do it.
Wow.
that's so cool, though.
Wild.
Yeah.
Check
so,
that out.
I'm sorry. I hope that, Maggie understands. I have nothing to do with her. She's great. I just, she's going to find somebody great, I'm sure. I just, this was kind of, I don't know, fate. I don't know.
Okay, well, you can tell her yourself. We got her on the line here. Maggie?
Wow. Yeah, that was unexpected. But congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say?
Yeah. Wow, it's great.
How cool, though.
I know that it's a real bummer for you, Maggie, but it is kind of like a really sweet romantic story.
And at least he didn't say, you had jacked up teeth or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he didn't say that. I mean, how can I compete with all of that? It's a bummer, but, she's a lucky girl. He's a great guy.
Oh, that's nice.
It is very nice to say.
Thanks for, for understanding. This is kind of crazy for me too, but, it's happening.
Right.
How crazy, though. Like, this could be the foundation for the next love story. They went out. He went to Belize. That relationship doesn't work out. He comes back to Cincinnati, and these two get together. I'm already writing the movie.
Oh, no.
Crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
So that happened last January, late January. Fast forward to today. Here she is again, ladies and gentlemen, checking back in with Maggie. Welcome back to Second Date Update.
Hi.
Hi.
Talk to you all again.
You
Good to talk to you.
I just had to reach out and tell you what happened since the last time we spoke.
I know, and we got excited when we heard from you because we said this is perfect timing for Second Date Update week.
Well, I think this is going to be a good one. A couple months after we spoke, I actually heard from him again.
From Belize?
No. He's back in the United States.
Oh,
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So he told me that things didn't work out for him in Belize and that he and his girlfriend weren't together anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, I'm sorry. And, of course, I asked what happened. And this is kind of weird, but he's like, well, we weren't in alignment philosophically.
Oh.
Okay.
Like religious philosophy? or
Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't push him
Uh-huh.
because I could tell that he didn't really want to talk about it, and I get that. I do.
Right.
But, he wanted to meet me for drinks, and I wasn't seeing anyone at the time. So I was like, sure. I mean, I did really like this guy, so why not?
Why not?
And we had a really great time. We end up getting together for dinner and brunch and a movie, and, we ended up dating for a couple of months.
Well, dated for a couple of months, and now that sounds like it's not happening anymore.
She said dating, not we are dating currently.
We dated for a couple of months. Yes.
Yeah.
So there was an end, it sounds like.
Well, during the course of the dating, he'd kind of give me little bits and pieces about this whole Belize debacle. Apparently, this woman was some kind of con artist, and she was using him.
What?
Yeah, she was using him to help her start, her business. I guess she's some kind of artist, not just con artist, but artist.
Okay.
She does something with, pottery or something, and she wanted to open up her own store. And, he's got a background in marketing and digital marketing, and he also has the means financially. So he was the perfect boyfriend for her.
I was just going to say, he's the perfect guy for the job.
I need one of those, actually.
Yeah.
I need one that's got a whole lot of money and a background in digital.
So he totally falls for her. He sunk over 6 figures into her store.
What?
Yeah.
6 figures?
Right.
Wow.
On what?
Wow.
Right, out the store. And, because of where he is in life with his skill set, I'm guessing he probably gave her that much in free advice and, management of her advertising, to the point where it starts to cause him financial strain.
Oh, my goodness.
Because he probably really believed in her, and knowing his own marketing skills, surely he was figuring on quite the return.
Yeah.
The ROI.
Sure.
Right.
And I get that. I do. Okay, I'm going to invest in my future wife and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. So this is what's crazy. He gets totally blindsided when he catches her with the fiance that she had when they first met.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
This sounds like a movie. Who owns the rights to the story? Because this is coming to a theater near you.
And what happened was he caught them kissing in the back of her store, the one he built out, by the way, one day when he shows up unexpected.
Wow.
That's the worst.
That sucks.
So now there's some crazy lawsuit that he filed trying to get some of his money back. But
Good
that
luck
doesn't
with
look
that.
like it's going anywhere because, Belize.
Probably held up in
here.
court, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And, whatever. And a lot of drama. And what I think has happened is that it's made him completely paranoid. As I learned more and more about what happened, I started to notice, these little things that he would do. Asking a lot of questions about where I'd been and who I'd seen. And he wanted to know a lot more about my exes and my financial situation.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
And I get it. I think it all kind of made him question everything about himself, his judgment with women.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but it all became really unappetizing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole insecurity thing.
Sure.
And then I just started to think, who is this person? Who, on a romantic whim, moves to Belize and gives that kind of time and money to someone they barely know?
So now you're questioning his judgment.
Yeah.
Sure. I love spontaneity and adventure, and I think all of that is great. Like you said, it kind of sounds like a movie. I think all of that is wonderful, but I've been reasonable and rational about the whole thing.
Yeah, sure. I'm with you 100% on that. And he obviously fell deep with her, man.
Yeah.
But anyone who's willing to try something new, something that's a little challenging and kind of hard, or willing to take themselves out of their comfort zone and take on a new environment, I'd still encourage that. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons.
I agree. I think that's awesome. And I mean, listen, I'm a, closet romantic. I really am, but maybe not quite like this. So I ended up breaking it off, and he just did not take it well.
Oh.
He actually broke down and sobbed.
Oh,
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, but honestly, I think I dodged a big bullet. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but I just can't and couldn't be in that situation. I mean, I've stayed friends with him on Facebook, and last I saw, he was hiking the Appalachian Trails alone, trying to find himself.
Oh, God.
Well, that's probably not a bad idea.
He might need a little time alone to think.
Yeah, he might. A little alone time is probably good for him.
I mean, good for him. I hope he finds himself, but the whole thing is, like, pretty wild when you think about it.
Yeah.
He'll have us someday. It'll be a great story he can tell. When the sting of it all is long gone, he'll say, I went to Belize this one time.
Yeah. Hey, Michael Posner has been on a bit of a self-discovery mission lately.
Yeah.
Really? Traveling
Solitude.
around?
Yeah, like by himself. And I read he climbed Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's really good for people that have situations like this, though. Like, he might have some PTSD from that whole situation. So taking time to walk the trail and, think things through might be very helpful for him.
I really hope he finds himself and gets himself into a good place, but it's too much for me. And I don't need to be telling anyone, especially not that I've just started dating, all the things about my past and my finances.
Yeah.
Well,
There it is.
I'm optimistic that he will continue to grow and mature, and I hope the best for him and for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I just looked up Mike Posner, and it says he did, in fact, climb Mount Everest by himself.
Dang.
And I guess he raised money for a charity as well, so that's cool. But, yeah, he's kind of been on this
Personal
journey
journey
himself. It says he raised over $229,000 for the Detroit Justice Center. It's not his first physical challenge. In 2019, he did a 6-month walk from New Jersey to California
Whoa.
and back again.
Jeez.
That's unreal.
And he's still looking for himself. Well, I don't know.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.